Alright, are we good? Let's do some voice tests, make sure I can hear the fucking game before I can get started on the bitching. It has been a very, very long week. Yes, I know. Ready? Let's do some voice tests, make sure I can hear the fucking game before I can get started on the bitching. Okay, so what I'm hearing is I need to turn up the game volume desperately. Alright, here we go. How about that, huh? Let's try this. Alright. Oh, that's ass. Alright, it seems like we're good for right now. Let me know how loud it is. Alright. So, I'm gonna start this off by bitching a lot. I know that's just everyone's favorite thing to hear, but let's talk about anime. Now, of course, I'm a dirty fucking otaku trash. I like fucking anime. I'm not gonna talk about my favorite one quite yet. You gotta earn that privilege. I'm gonna start a new game. But I will talk about problems facing anime nowadays. The biggest one, I'm sure you can already guess, is fucking tourists. Tourists. People that pretend to be fans of anime, but are not. These people want to turn anime into something that it's not because it makes them feel more comfortable. Because they don't like what anime is right now, so they want to change it. Change it inherently. I shouldn't have to tell you why this is fucking stupid. They come into a new fandom and they demand that it conforms to what they want, and then the people leave that fandom because they don't like that it's changing, and then they follow them. It turns to shit. It always turns to shit. And it's broadly happening with anime. It's mostly happening with shonen because shonen tends to be the most popular, which is why most modern shonen is absolute dog shit. At best, you could say it's selfish people that want to have their cake and eat it too. At worst, you could say that there are genuine racists that actually are just they completely hate Japan and the Japanese and everything. I'm not joking, by the way. I'm not just throwing out the racist card out of nowhere. These people have a seemingly pathologic hatred for everything to do with Japan. They call them perverts. They call them like rapists, all that shit. They celebrate whenever, Japanese artists, have misfortune or end up dying. Do I have to bring up the guy that was celebrating the KyoAni fire? Like, it's terrible. Alright. Well, let's see. Who are we going to pick here? Let's see. I'll ask the dumbasses in the server who we're gonna pick. I personally, I like this girl, Hachioji, and I don't think I've ever actually won with. I've never actually played. There was Machida and Chofu. I've never won a game with Tama. I've never won a game with Musashino. I've also won with Tachikawa, even though Tachikawa, the only thing that she has going for her is that she gets a lot of money. So, let's see here. Alright. That one. I gotta vote for Hachioji. So the problem is, I'm gonna sound like a real weeb saying this or whatever. The problem is with anime is Westerners coming in and changing it into things that it's not. Change it into things that it was never meant to be. They want it to be. They want it to be fucking Hollywood 2.0. Alright, we'll do Hachioji. Why not? We'll do it on normal, and we'll just keep the regular name. So, they want to change it into something that it's not. And this, obviously, it's not, fun or fair. Well, I think the biggest issue is there are long-standing anime series that have been around for a while and have big fan bases, but all of a sudden the quote-unquote new, I have to use big-ass air quotes around fans, they want to come in and say, well, I don't like this, so it needs to change. And a lot of it is the most retarded bullshit. Oh, I said the naughty R word, damn it. A lot of it is the most stupid bullshit. Things like this character is over-sexualized. Going on a moral crusade about sexualization in anime, it's ridiculous. Especially whenever you consider most of the people that do that are the ones that champion sexual liberation and all that shit. Your opinion on sexual liberation and all that, I don't care. But if you're gonna, try and say that anime fucking drawings are over-sexualized and that it's, disgusting and shit, or like how it's objectifying women or misogynistic or whatever, you're a fucking idiot. It's not real. That's the biggest thing. There are a lot of people that genuinely think that anime is a form of reality. And it's ridiculous, man. Alright. So, I think we're going to start in either Chuo or Taito. Now, you may know these are all wards in Tokyo Prefecture, so... the whole goal of this game is to start gang wars and take over Tokyo. It plays a lot like Plague Inc. A lot of people were expecting this to be more like Hearts of Iron or Victoria or something like that, but it's more like Plague Inc., which is fine with me. There's a lot that goes into this game, even though the gambling is bullshit, and I'm pretty sure the computer actually genuinely cheats most of the time. Whatever. Alright, so... Taito or Chuo? I think we're going to start in Taito. Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do is tell her to shut up. And then we're going to go into are tattoos. Which one is the cultural one? No. I hope this game isn't too naughty for YouTube. I mean, it's literally just giving people tattoos. Like, there are people that would genuinely think that this game is disgusting and that this game needs to be censored because this is over-sexualized, apparently. What kind of Puritan horseshit is that, man? Like, and they'll call you a porn addict. All these people that champion sexual liberation and everything will call you a porn addict and shit for, like... It's ridiculous. My biggest bitch is people causing problems where there are none in anime. My second one is dubs, and why is every dub getting worse and fucking worse? Not just in the writing, because the localization, everyone talks about how localizers suck nowadays. The voice acting as well. They hire some of the... I'm so tired of hearing the anime voice. You know the anime voice? They're like, well, that's what they sound like. In a different language, yeah, but... Here's the difference in Japanese versus English. The reason why trying to translate what somebody sounds like in Japanese doesn't work in English is that English has stressed words. Japanese does not. Japanese, Jesus Christ, I had one drink. Japanese does not. If you were to say Watashi wa Lawrence desu, that shit does not make, that doesn't sound natural. A Japanese person will not say it like that. They would say it all without stressing, you know, any part. They're not going to stress or elongate any part. I gotta be careful not to do live peas there into the mic, I'm sorry. So, whenever people try and do that, like doing the Japanese inflections into English, it's going to sound wrong every single time. It's what a lot of people are now starting to call the anime voice. People are tired of the anime voice. Have you seen that Breaking Bad clip where they took like a clip from Breaking Bad and they made it act like it was an anime dub, where the people were just giving these horrible deliveries and everything? But people say that no, it's the writing. The writing is corny and goofy. You could say the same thing about Shakespearean writing, but at least it sounded fucking good. In the context, it sounds good. But in the fucking... whenever they try and oversell it and do the quote-unquote anime voice, it always ends up bad. It always ends up bad. And then people wonder, well, I don't know why it's so, you know, bad. I don't know why it's so... I don't know why people don't like the dub. I mean, the writing is the same whenever most of the time it actually fucking isn't. Most of the time it isn't the same because they change it. They fucking localize it, which is taking... localization is the excuse of, well, I want to add whatever I want into this and make it my own. And I'm going to say, well, some things just don't translate from Japanese to English very well. You take a simple sentence and turn it into something that's not, and then say, well, it doesn't translate that well. And everyone knows you're fucking lying, but some people are just too lazy to, you know, study Japanese, learn Japanese. So they don't, you know, listen to what you have to say. They're not gonna, you know, call you out on your bullshit. They'll say, hey, I don't think this is what they mean. And they'll say, well, you don't know. You're a weeb and you don't know. And the most ridiculous part is a lot of them brag about what they get away with. A lot of them brag a lot about what they get away with. So they fucking know that they are quite literally perverting and twisting the artistic image of what it is. And yes, anime is art. No matter how many times people want to argue, anime is art. You know, they want to talk about how art is everything, how everything can be art, anything can be artistic. But whenever you say, well, that includes anime, right? And you're like, no, you're a fucking weeb. Every time. And it's ridiculous, man. Turf war over there. They don't matter. So, basically, I'm trying to keep my heat low and avoid turf wars and alert. That way, I don't lose honor. If I start fighting and I lose honor, I fail. Oh hell. Fuck it. Shit. You gotta prevent turf wars or else you're gonna lose honor because you're gonna lose. I just clicked prevent turf wars, are you kidding? Well. What I noticed from playing this game a few times already is that Chuo is kind of a pushover. Is that, if there are any Tokyoites in the chat, can you confirm, are people from Chuo pushovers? I gotta not go to Chuo Ward if I ever go to Tokyo. Yeah, this game gets very, very overwhelming very quickly. And if you can't tell by all the the red going on here. Fucking A. So, oh, here we go. See, now the funny thing about these duels is that you can't actually lose them ever. So, I feel as though some of the translations in this aren't quite accurate. Not wholly accurate. I don't know though. One of the big things about it. One of the big things about anime and all these people coming in to ruin it and change it to what they want is that it makes people that actually want to get a job in that field a lot more worried, I'll say it like that, because I had an offer from a animation company, I'm not going to say which one, to work for them as both an accountant and a sort of ambassador to the American market. Fuck. Yeah, you gotta pick you gotta pick an either okay, a good, or a super option. If you pick a super option, it gives you a lot of bonuses. I did not pick the super option. That was the good option, I think. So, I would have gotten the job if I could speak Japanese. So I'm studying that right now, and I'm going to try and get the job again next summer. But I fear that because people are trying to change anime so much and ruin the industry, it's going to make it a lot harder for me to push my artistic vision in the industry. You know, starting off, I'm not going to invade it and do exactly what I'm telling other people not to. I'm not going to change it to what I want. But there are stories that I have that I want to see changed into something else. You know, something tangible. It's the whole reason why I became an author anyways. It's just all these stories that I keep to myself and I don't want to. I want to see them become something. So whenever I want to join the anime industry, one, I just like anime and I want better anime to be made. And if I can help make better anime, then I will. Oh yeah, here's the epic dueling animation. Isn't that awesome? Epic. By the way, every single duel is like that. So, anyways. Where was I? Oh, yes. Whenever I see that people want to change the industry so much, I get worried. I get worried that it's going to become like Hollywood again, where everything is dictated by nepotism. That's the word you can't ever say in Hollywood, is nepotism. Even though it is very obvious that nepotism runs rampant everywhere. And you don't even get the good dialogue, the good dialogue images. Oh hell. I think it was Bunkyo first that was mad first. I'm gonna try and calm them down. Hell. It's right now I'm not in a very good spot, I ain't gonna lie. What? Okay. Whatever. One of the other things that sucks about it is that people that just don't know anything about anime are now getting into positions of power within the anime industry. It's terrible. And there is a certain Western company that really, really wants to break down anime and ruin the industry. That way they can overtake it because they don't like competing with foreign industries. I'm not going to say who that company is, but look, you got to be careful if you're going to go into the house of the mouse, alright? I just shot myself in the foot there. Alright. Well, let's move on to, I'll pause the game here for a sec and talk about some fucking things I noticed. I asked some people for their anime takes. And the first one I saw was that the Parasite anime was carried by its animation. I didn't see the Parasite anime, I read the manga, but if he's saying that the animation has, you know, the story of Parasite has nothing going on for it, I don't agree. Now this is coming, I take this with a grain of salt, this is coming from a manga reader, we all know how we feel about those, but I feel as though there are worse stories. Oh god, speaking of worse stories, you know what fucking manga I read a little bit ago? No shade to the mangaka, but I read Prison Lab. Have you ever read Prison Lab? It is... oh, it starts off with an interesting premise, but it very, very quickly turns into dog shit. Very quickly turns into dog shit. And I think my favorite thing about it is that the entire premise of the fucking manga goes out the window within the first, I don't know, 10 chapters. Don't get caught. Don't take off your mask. Don't get caught. Don't let the person that you're with know your identity. That lasts a whole 9 chapters before the dude takes off his mask. Willingly, by the way. If you don't know what Prison Lab is, give it a read, although there are times where you will want to fucking throw the book down the hall. There are times where I fucking read that shit and I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Other manga like that. You know what manga I really get sick and tired of seeing? Mostly because of the fans. I've never read it. I don't know anything about it. But why does One Piece have the worst fucking fan base out of any manga series ever? The worst. The loudest, most obnoxious. Terrible. Fucking terrible, man. Now, I've seen some bad ones, man. Like, there are some that you're like, God, how do you even function? We're not gonna bring up JJK, but okay, that is a fair criticism. I'll read this out. The story think is a lot smarter and more subtle than it actually is. I remember after the protag almost dies, he changes his hair, attitude, everyone tells me he's colder now, and it takes him a good while to realize, oh wow, I'm different. For a second, I thought I was describing Spider-Man 3. Anyways, yeah, that is a pretty fair assessment. Actually, that is one problem. Awareness is the big issue. Is that that's one of the issues with most anime and manga, is that sometimes the answer to something or what you're looking at is beating you over the head with, this is so fucking obvious, why isn't this character getting it? One of them that killed me like that is during the Kenpachi fight in Bleach. Anyone that watched Bleach knows what I'm talking about. Whenever Ichigo is defeated and he talks to Zangetsu and has to fight White in order to, or no, it was the when Ichigo is learning to master his hollow form with the Vizards. When Ichigo is training with the Vizards. Sorry, I'm getting fucked up. When Ichigo is training with the Vizards, and Ichigo uses Bankai, and then White uses Bankai, and Ichigo's like, when did you learn to use Bankai? And it's like, motherfucker, obviously he's been with you the entire fucking time. No shit he learned Bankai when you did. I mean, in the fucking, what's his name? Byakuya fight. Whenever Ichigo fought Byakuya, his hollow quite literally used his Bankai. You fucking use the Sero as well. Like, god damn, dude. That is, there's more times in Bleach where it's stupid like that. Like, I will admit, Ichigo refusing to kill Ukiura and saying, cut off my arm and leg after he fucking went full hollow, that was stupid as hell. Didn't like that. I'm sorry, Ichigo, but did you forget that Ukiura was literally going to murder Orihime, or do you just not give a shit anymore? Terrible. Alright. Well, what else? Oh, yes. Anime merch. Why is it all trash? There's very rarely anime merch that I actually enjoy or think about buying. There's some merch. I have a few figures, I'm not gonna lie. I have a few figures of Nazuna Nanakusa from Call of the Night, and I have one of Tanya von Degarachev from Yojo Senki, or Saga of Tanya the Evil. They're not lewd figures. They are just regular figures, you know. I don't have a glass case for them yet because apparently they're fucking expensive, so I have to build my own. And I'm broke as shit right now, and I'm also going to lose my job soon, so fuck me. But the I also have a few like wall hangings of Nazuna Nanakusa from Call of the Night. If you can't tell, I really like Call of the Night. I picked up the first volume whenever it was first translated into English in America by Viz Studio. Very good shit. I fell in love with it from chapter 1. It was very, very good. If you haven't read Call of the Night, I say read the manga. Oh my god, dude. Whenever the animation first came out, I saw the trailer, I got excited, and then I kept myself. I kept myself from getting my hopes up. I was like, you know what? This is probably, it might be good, but if I get my hopes up, I'm going to get burned. I've been burned so many fucking times, I'm not going to get my hopes up this time. And it took me months to watch the Call of the Night animation, and whenever I did, it was fucking life changing, dude. It changed my entire life. I was so pleased with it. I was so happy with it. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted from the manga. This is amazing. And so, I learned something. Take a chance. Even if you get burned, at least you might find something you like in there. And I'm losing really bad right now, actually. This is not great. Creepy Nuts is a fun band, great OP and indie. It is a great band. I found that anime treated me to a brand new band. Uh-oh. I'm about to lose this one. Oh shit, I won? What the fuck? Yeah, the opening, Dayton or Dayton or however you pronounce it. I can't tell if it's supposed to be pronounced like Japanese or German, but that one is very, very good. I listen to that shit all the time. I also like their song, it's not, I don't think it's in the anime, but it is Nobishuro. Nobushiro. Nobushiro. That's also a very good one. They have a lot of bangers, man. It is very good music. And the best part is, the manga itself was actually named after the song, and the mangaka asked the band if they could name their manga after the song because they love the song so much, and they agreed. So I'm sure whenever the animation came along, it was no fucking question about what the music was going to be. All right, I need to tat this girl up. Hang on, come on, tattoo time. Yes, very good. All right. I'm probably gonna fail. This is not going so great, but I will try harder. My favorite thing about Call of the Night is how colorful it is. I thought it's a manga set mostly at night, so the animators are probably just gonna make it really dark and dreary all the time. I was really not looking forward to it. But whenever I watched it and all the streets were lit up in like purple light, yellow light, red light, blue light, all that, that was really uplifting. It being so colorful really helped me. I was really not looking forward to it, but the color really dragged me in and kept me watching. And the more I watched, the more I realized the people that did the animation, they really understood and they really liked the manga. And I gotta say, that's the biggest thing between Western studios and, you know, Japanese studios is the Western studios see it as, we're doing this to make money, this is a cash grab, you know, this is a big seller in, you know, in Japan and America, we can make some easy money off this. But people in Japan are like, this manga was really good. Let's make a really good adaptation for it to live up to the mangaka's, you know, legacy, you know, what they did to bring it forward. And people in the West don't see it like that, and it's terrible. It's sad. That's why I like anime. I want good anime. No shit, I'm gonna get mad whenever there's bad anime going around, because I want good anime. Alright, real quick, I'm gonna go get another beer. 1 sec. Oh! It's not beer, it's just malt liquor, but whatever. Alright, I'm back. Very professional leaving to go get alcohol during the middle of a stream, I know, but it's a fun time tonight. So, I was gonna ask, any Halloween plans in chat? We can take this time to talk about hot topic animes. If you don't know what I mean by hot topic animes, I mean anime that's only popular or mostly popular with the type of teenage girls that shop at Hot Topic. Now, without saying Soul Eater, we're gonna say Soul Eater. I could not get through much of Soul Eater, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is about it. I think I just don't like the atmosphere in it. No shade against the animators, the animation studio, or the mangaka or anything. I just could not get into it. I don't know why. What I hate the most about it, though, is the Tumblrites. Oh my god, Soul Eater was big on Tumblr back in the day, man. Big. Ah, the edgy teenage girls that watch true crime shows and lust after serial killers, and they're like, they probably had their own Slender OC. You got a Halloween party on Tuesday, and I'm gonna grab a priest vestment and my raptor mask and go as a Velocipaster. Awesome. I went to the bar Friday night. I went to a bar the Friday night, And there are people. I wore what I typically wear, which is a cowboy hat, covered boots, and a I wore a jacket because it's a little cold. And I had a couple people come up to me. He's like, "Hey man, I like your costume. What? I like your costume." And I just fucking was like, "Thanks. I wear this almost every day." Those Soul Eater girls are not eating up Andy and Laylee. Oh my god. Well, I think half of them are eating up Andy and Laylee, and the other half have to act disgusted by the quote-unquote incest. Look, the worst argument I've ever heard about that is that drawings have no autonomy, so they can't consent to be in those kinds of relationships. And my immediate reaction is, this person has got to be schizophrenic. They cannot separate fiction from reality. There's no way they can be real. And that, once again, I'm treading right back to Westerners that try and take anime and change it into something that's not. They find something that they need to abhor about anime, and it becomes their new crusade. They always go on a crusade every week, and they have to go fight against some... They have to fight against some shit. Damn it! I thought that was the right one. It was the right one for the other person. Damn it. They have to go on a new crusade, and usually a lot of them that hate anime a lot, they have this weird proclivity to do very naughty things with underage individuals. I'm not saying correlation or causation or anything. I'm just saying that a lot of them have guilty consciences. So we'll go back to the Soul Eater thing. It has a good spooky Halloween atmosphere and everything, but something about it, I don't know, I can't stomach the edge. There's a lot of edge in it, and I have a very low palate for cringe. If I find something cringy, I gotta look away. I'm not one to watch a dumpster fire or some kid quoting fucking Gucci Mane out in public. Some like white 12-year-old quoting Gucci Mane out in public. I can't look at that. I have to exit the room whenever that happens, So whenever I see something that is cringe or something like that, or like just too try-hard and a bit too edgy, like Death the Kid really struck it. Oh my god, I watched that show whenever I was like 14, and even then I was like, oh my god, dude, I can't stomach this shit. So I'm already yellow on my honor meter, so I don't think I'm gonna win this one. Especially whenever quite literally everyone is fighting me. Oh! I ain't gonna lie, this chick's outfit is kinda hot. What else are we gonna talk about, Oh, yes. Let's talk about the classic, taking an anime, removing the context, and saying it's for perverts. Is there an anime like that for you? Is it Chainsaw Man? Is it people that haven't read Chainsaw Man that don't understand the purpose behind Chainsaw Man? Fuck! I'm really not doing a good time. I'm really not doing a good job this time around. She knows I lied right through my fucking teeth. A lot of people say that there's this one piece of art that had the main character from, what was it, Redo of Healer and Kazuma from Konosuba reading a pervy magazine with Denji in a convenience store. There were a lot of people for some reason saying that Denji would beat up would like try and fight Kazuma and the other ones because they were like perverts and rapists. My answer is No, he'd probably think they're all really cool because they have a lot of sex with women. Or, well, one of them has a lot of sex with women, the other one just touches them up. Alright, I felt like Death the Kid worked because nobody else took him all that seriously and he was really just a skilled autist. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's because there was a dude in my high school that, a dude in my middle school that took it way too seriously that he thought he was Death the Kid. He was one of the people. He failed the Gosling test. All right, he looked at Death the Kid and said, "He's literally me." Instead of "I am him," he's literally me. Or maybe he passed the Gosling test, but a bit too hard. That live stream really changed my life whenever I heard about it. The whole Lego thing where women would look at Barbies and see the Barbie as themselves, but boys would look at Superman and be like, "I am Superman." That really changed my whole life. There were a couple cringe anime people in my high school. I watched a shitload of anime and a lot of really cringe anime, but I kept that shit to myself, man. I looked more like a drug dealer whenever I was in high school than some fucking weeb or anything like that. But I did have a friend that was very open about his love for anime. He wore a hoodie that was it was like Goku's outfit from Dragon Ball. It was like a hoodie. He was a good friend. He was really kind to me. He talked to me and everything, but people always treated him nicely, but in the worst way possible. They treated him like being nice to him was an obligation, which pissed me the fuck off. You know, he wasn't a dick to anyone, but people were just a dick to him, and I hated that shit, man. I can't stand shit like that, man. Whenever people hate on people for just liking something, that's terrible. It's terrible. I always wonder if he's doing okay with his life, you know? I always worry about him. I haven't seen him in a few years, and I always worry about him. Back whenever COVID happened and everything, I feel like that was a good thing for him because he was able to leave school in person and go to online learning. That way he wouldn't have to be around those people. But at the same time, it's like, I say I'm worried about him, but I guess in the end, I just fucking miss him. He was a really cool dude, and I just miss talking to him. And I wish I treated him better. I wish I wasn't such a, I'm an asshole to everyone, and I wish I wasn't such an asshole to him. But, anyways, back to the anime conversation. A fucking cringe-ass anime that I watched at the time is, I was maybe 11 or 12 whenever I first started watching, one of the first anime I watched was back whenever I was 9, and I think it was either Valkyrie Drive Mermaid, High School DxD, or Kodomo no Jiken, because I thought those were just regular anime. Fuck! They know I'm lying! I'm really not good at picking what the right lying option is. Alright, well, shit. I don't think I'm gonna win this one. By the way, if you just joined and you're looking at that battle animation, he's like, damn, that battle animation looks like shit. Yeah, every single one of them looks like that. Alright, so I watch a lot of ecchi and arrow anime and shit like that, because at the time, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't know what sex was until I was 15 or so. I'll be a man and admit it. I had to learn what sex was in sex ed. So, holy shit, we won. So whenever I was watching that, I would be like, damn, these fight scenes are really boring. I want to get back. Man, this like shit is really boring. I really want to get back to the fight scenes and everything. So I grew up thinking that that shit was just like an anime with like really boring parts and really cool fights. Because let's be real, High School DxD has pretty good fucking fights in it. High School DxD also has some top tier women. We'll move on to stop talking about that shit. What else? Somebody else had a topic. Let me bring that up real quick. I'm not going to talk about Toho. I'm not going to talk about Toho. Somebody bitching about. Nah, I'm not going to talk about that. You know what we can talk about, actually? Why is modern anime all look the same? I'm sure this is not a original critique, but a lot of modern anime, I'm always going to get people like outliers. Here's an example. A lot of them are just, the animation just looks samey to me. One anime I watched recently that I actually really liked is the level 1 demon lord to the one room hero. It is about a hero, you know, the typical hero beats the demon lord and all that shit. But after the hero beats the demon lord reincarnates 10 years later, only to find the hero lives in a one room apartment by himself and spends his days doing absolutely nothing. He turned into a lazy bum. Meanwhile, all of his friends are off doing some shit. And the demon lord is very upset because he doesn't want to fight her anymore. He doesn't care about humanity anymore. After he was the hero and everything, people didn't really care about him anymore. So they didn't really turn their back on him. He just became arrogant and started like fooling around with women and getting drunk all the time. And people were like, you know what? Don't think we really need this anymore. It was really good. It was pretty good. There are some parts that I was like, holy shit, this is dragging. There were actually a lot of parts where I thought it was dragging. And a lot of parts focused a bit too much on the humor of, wow, look how useless the main character is, which is a trope that I'm not really a fan of. There we go, I got a super option there, awesome. But it was pretty good. One thing I did not like, it looked so plain and so normal and so boring. I literally had to get to the third episode before I realized I actually want to watch it. Sometimes I'll flip through some of the new shit just to be like, you know, hey, I'll take a look at it, see what's going on. But a lot of the times I'm really let down, which is why I was really reluctant to pick up the Call of the Night animation. It was pretty good in the end, but the animation, the visuals, and the premise is so overdone. The whole hero defeats the demon lord and shit. It's overdone. It's boring. The way they changed it up with different things and everything, and having anime 9/11 happen, that was pretty interesting. But at the same time, it's like there were times where it dragged and a joke would run on for way too long, and the animation just looked meh. I still recommend it. I still think it's worth it, but there are definitely some hurdles it needs to go through. Oh, I got a message. Give me a sec, I gotta send a link to the stream. I'll ask everyone in chat, what is your favorite anime? Now, this is a loaded question. I would say, what is your favorite action anime? And what is your favorite romance anime? Those are two, they fit in pretty well together, but I want to say pure action, like something purely for fighting, like Dragon Ball or Bleach or something like that. Or pure anime, something like Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro. A lot of new anime like Soul, 90s style, Bleed Soul, that's exactly what I was talking about. And series like Call of the Night that embrace their own unique style are the epitome of Soul. That's what I was saying, man. Like, you got it right on the fucking head. You hit the nail right on the head, man. That is exactly what I'm talking about. I knew Call of the Night was something special. I knew the people that were animating it and voicing it and working on it, doing the not just the music and the mixing and the animation, everything around it. They cared about the manga. There were times where the anime would mirror the manga scene by scene, but they would make it more colorful. They'd make it colorful. They'd make it animated. That's exactly what animation should do. They should take something that is already there, like a novel or a manga, and they should add color and life and movement to it. That's exactly what the Call of the Night anime did, and I was worried that it was not going to be that. I was worried that it was going to be like every other animation and just be the manga with moving pictures and that's it. But it actually was, it actually had everything I was looking forward to. Everything that I wanted in a anime adaptation of the Call of the Night manga. I'm going to just straight up go out and say it. The animation of Call of the Night is the best anime adaptation of a manga I have seen. I'm not exaggerating, I'm not overselling it. This is not just rose tinted glasses because I like Call of the Night, the manga. It is the best animation I have ever seen. Best anime adaptation I have ever seen. It takes what made the manga good and added onto it. That's what an animation should do. It added the color and movement that people would want to see in a manga that gives it more depth. I'm going to stop gushing about the Call of the Night manga. We'll go into the next one. And favorite animes, action is Ushio and Tora, and romance is Ouran Host Club. That one's a guilty pleasure. Hey, there's nothing wrong with guilty pleasure, right? An anime I love to hate is the animation for the Monogatari series, because I prefer the light novel. I prefer the light novels on a lot of everything, especially Yojo Senki, or, you know, the Saga of Tiny the Evil. I prefer the light novel on that, because, look, the light novel and the Saga of Tiny the Evil, it goes into depth. Like, it really builds up the world. Like, having 4 entire pages describing the general staff's dining situation, to where they spent too much money on like fine cutlery and fine chairs and tables and shit, and they have to eat like rations from the front, and they're like, no, it builds character, as they try and choke back their fucking old hard bread and shitty beans and shit like that. That, it builds up the world. It makes you real. It puts you in the dining room. It does a lot more to say how it would be to be there than if you were just watching the anime and you saw like fine food, but fine dining ware, but, you know, poor food. You know, having them describe the members of the general staff grimacing every time they have to go and eat, and preferring to eat anywhere else except the general staff's dining hall, even though the general staff dining hall is built like a royal hall and shit like that. That builds character. It makes you understand what the people in the general staff of the light novel feel in that moment. It's really good. Ouran Host Club. I've never actually watched that, but I do know a lot of females in high school that did watch that. I will say, it's yaoi, right? I will say, a lot of yaoi could be... Okay, I'm gonna out myself here for a sec. I've seen a few yaoi anime that were actually pretty good. So I can't really throw shade about liking yaoi or anything. I've seen some yaoi anime that were pretty good. I can't remember the names of them because it was a one-time watch type deal. But what I've heard a lot about that one, because I've been told by a lot of people that I need to watch it, is that the characters feel real. The characters feel like people, you know? So maybe I'll pick it up and watch it. I'm not gonna say I will. I'm not gonna make any promises that I will, but I will think about it. Ah, hell. I've never heard of Ushio and Tora. Wait, Ushio and Tora. Is that Tiger and Bunny? The girl gets dressed as a boy and has to work as a host, entertaining other girls while not revealing she's a girl herself. Wait, so it's not yaoi? Oh. Well, I was clearly misread about that. I outed myself for watching yaoi anime and I didn't even have to. Goddamn. That's a real kick in the shin, huh? Don't clip that. Alright, well. Is Ushio and Tora, is that Tiger and Bunny? Is that the superhero one? I watched a couple episodes of that. I couldn't really get into it, but I thought it was pretty alright. Oh, what's your favorite, like, trope character in anime? Or I'd say trope character. Is that the fucking flag of the US? What the fuck? Sorry, I just noticed that. Not Tiger and Bunny. Ushio and Tora is a 90s series about a kid who finds a monster in his basement pinned to a wall with a spear. He pulls out the spear so he can fight other monsters. Interesting. Interesting. I thought Ushio was like Japanese for Bunny. No, it's not. The kid and monster end up forming an uneasy alliance as neither can really take the other out. There's a lot of anime that have that, you know, uneasy alliance because they'll die without one another type deal. That's interesting. What exactly do you like about it? I mean, is there something that stands out to you the most in it? 'Cause I've never heard of that one, so I might watch that. You'll have to sell it to me though. I'm using this as an excuse for you to gush about your favorite anime. Oh man, I should mention, I got my friend to watch the Kizu Monogatari series, and ever since then he's been noticing Monogatari everywhere, so I passed the Monogatari mind virus onto him. I definitely did that. Me though, I'm talking about my trope characters. Trope characters are something that I have to either, if they lean too hard into the trope, I will drop it, but if it's done just right, I'll like it. The trope that I think is that people lean too hard into and it's sort of meh is the childhood friend one. There's a lot of childhood friend that it's like the fact that they're childhood friends doesn't really add anything to them other than, well, they're already super close, so you don't need to build up the relationship. Alright. Give me a sec. I'm not used to talking a lot just quite yet, so my nose is getting stuffed up. Alright, there's a subplot about how the kid starts getting more monstrous as he fights with the power of the spear, and the monster gets more human as he's exposed to the human world. That's interesting. So the monster tries to like mellow out while the dude keeps going harder and harder. Yeah? Oh god, oh fuck. Hey, let me go grab something real quick. All right, I just went to my bookshelf and I grabbed here, Volume 1 of Machimaho. I messed up and made the wrong person into a magical girl. Story and art by Soryu. Volume 1 is super good. I bought the manga up to Volume 13, and whenever I was reading through it, by the time I got to fucking Volume 13, I was fucking pissed. There's only so many times that they can make the same joke over and over again before it stops being funny. He said the same joke 3 times. I don't think it's funny anymore. It's good, but whenever the joke is, haha, isn't she so violent and crazy, eventually it becomes, you know what? Do you want to make an action manga or do you want to make a comedy manga? You're not the fucking writer of One Punch Man, dude. Chill. I don't mean to be super critical and super mean to the mangaka. It's good. I like it. I just don't like where it is heading and where it has been heading. Hello. Ah. Oh, wait, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that before, actually. No, I've definitely seen that before. I just don't. That was a while ago, goddamn. No, that GIF and everything, I've definitely seen that one before. I have not watched the whole thing, and it was a while ago. That is fucking old, man. That is some classic right there. That is taste. Fucking, you have my respect for that one. That is taste. Alright, give me just a sec, I will be right back. Alright, I'm so sorry about that. I'm back. Alright. Now, 2015 anime based on a 1990 manga. Good shit. Yeah. Oh god, I miss 2015. I thought my life sucked back in 2015. Oh boy. Did I not have any idea what I was looking forward to. So, I tell you, a decent slice of life, a pretty good slice of life, is, I'm gonna say this horribly wrong, but it's something around here. It's Kyoto Senkyoto chocolate. I think that's how it's. I think that's what it is. Pretty good. It's definitely something that I will recommend the manga over the anime. But it is about a guy that inadvertently ends up running for student council president while also trying to comfort and get with this girl that fuck. There's a lot that happens in it, damn it, I don't know what to talk about first. It's a romance slice of life, I'll say it like that. I have to watch it again before I can give you an in-depth breakdown of it. There is just so much shit that happens in it. Another slice of life anime that I like. I don't think Space Dandy is a slice of life anime, I ain't gonna lie. Jesus Christ. I love that line. The voice actress for this character is really good. I hope you can hear it. Oh, I got a new message. A buddy of mine wrote a TRPG setting called Demon Gate High based on the style of Supernatural Battle series. Kids with supernatural anime-esque powers learning how to fight demons at a high school built on top of a gate to hell. Not bad. Oh, yes, I need to talk about... What is up with all the Christian themes in anime? Why are there so many Christian themes in anime? Like, I'm not gonna bring up the Devilman series if you won't, but oh my god. Also, I asked somebody on Twitter, I asked a Japanese person on Twitter, why is the habit, why is the picture of a nun so prolific in Japanese culture? It's everywhere, you know? In cosplay, in anime, manga, fucking porn. I was genuinely curious, does Japan have a weird history of Christianity? And the answer is no. They don't see it as a Christian symbol. They see it as a symbol of purity and temptation, and a sort of a weird, very weird, well, very weird to me at least. To them, it's probably not as weird, but to me, it is very odd coming from the stance of a Christian. A very odd stance of a very odd look at Gap Moe. So. Okay. Oh, hell! Oh! I need to get this bitch some more tattoos. By the way, this game is marked under sexual content. This is the sexual content. This is the entirety of the sexual content. Oh, speaking of sexual content, it's already 10. Shit. I have to make a call here in a bit. I'll do that here in... We'll keep going. Are you having fun? I'm having a little bit of fun talking, so we'll keep going for a bit. Innuendos. So, alright. We'll move on. What else should I talk about, huh? Do I have to talk about hentai? I don't wanna. Anime adaptations of games, you already know what I'm gonna talk about. Motherfucking Persona. Holy shit, why is the Persona 5 anime so meh? My friend really liked Kizumonogatari. He likes it. He likes this gif of the part where Shinobu, or I guess at that point she is still Kiss Shot. The part whenever Kiss Shot gets her leg back and she just puts the entire thing in her mouth. He really likes that gif. I'm glad. I don't have many people I could talk to Monogatari about with. The fucking Persona 5 anime. I get it. You're trying to adapt something that has a lot more context, a lot more text, and it definitely relies on player control, especially in the fucking visual novel aspect of it. But really no reason P5 anime was so lackluster. P4 anime was really key. I think the biggest issue is that P5 had a lot more character control in it. I want to say this. Persona 4, the visual novel aspect, the mystery, really good. The visual novel and the romance and the character connection aspect of it. Are you ever going to date anyone other than Rise? You're not going to turn your back on Best Girl, are you? Well, I'm not gonna bring up the Hitler boss fight if you won't. All right, I'm going to finish up this little battle here, and I'm going to end up stream. It's been about an hour. I'm still not quite used to stream. My voice is getting a bit hoarse. My nose is getting stuffed up. I'm working on it. I'm not used to talking for an hour straight, you know? God damn it. Alright. See, this one has a sniper. So this one's the older sister and this one's the younger sister. I'd go with Naoto, but I don't want to cuck my boy Kanji. I don't want to be racist, but I really can't tell what she was trying to say there. I'm sorry. Look, if I tried to speak Japanese right now, I would be told I sound like an idiot. So, I understand. I gotta be humble. But what the fuck? Go to hell. Yeah, she got fake tattoos. By the way, did I ever mention that the source of all these girls' power is tattoos? I didn't know life worked like that. Outstanding. So one of the biggest parts about what makes this game hard is that I know the translation is not 100% correct, and I know that it's going to be really fucking hard to translate some of this shit. What kills about the whole translation not being correct is that you have to choose the right dialogue option to get bonuses from fighting these people. And without those bonuses, you're going to lose no matter what. No matter how well you play, you're going to lose. Well, whenever the dialogue doesn't really match up and some of the lines seem to be sort of like non sequiturs, it is sort of it makes the game at least 10 to 20 times harder. Alright. I will make a quick save. Alright. And we will leave the stream off there. I want to say thank you to the homie for coming in and talking to me. It's very nice. If you want to stick around for another stream, go ahead and subscribe. If you feel like it was fun talking to me, it'd be awesome. I will have a stream schedule published on Twitter, so make sure you go into the description and go on my Twitter. That will be published tomorrow around noon Central Time, so I'll be looking forward to that if you want to come back. Of course, you're in the same server as me, so you will see me upload whenever I will. You will see me post whenever I will start another stream, so thank you for coming around. It really means a lot to me. It was fun. It's nice talking to somebody in stream. I will have a more consistent you dropped yourself for you. Thank you, man. It means a lot. I will have a more well put together talking thing. I was just talking about broad general anime topics. I think Saturday, if I can get it to work, for fuck's sake, yesterday was hell, I will try and play the JoJo role-playing game, The Seventh Stand, and I will talk more about anime. I will not be talking about JoJo. I'm not really that knowledgeable on JoJo, but I will play the game because my friend has been trying to get me to play it for a while. Alright, thank you for stopping by. I will see you next time.